Hello and welcome back to the HIPAA Vault show, where we discuss all things HIPAA compliance and the cloud. My name is Adam Zenedine, and I'm joined, as always, by CTO and founder of HIPAA Vault, Gil Vidals. Hey, Gil.
Hey, Adam. Today we're going to be tackling an important topic, actually a crucial topic in the world of healthcare IT and compliance. So the human factor in strategies for training healthcare staff, and specifically on HIPAA requirements.
Yeah, that's right, Gil. And while technology plays a vital role in protecting patient data, it's often the people using the tech that can be the weakest link. Effective staff training is essential for creating a culture of security and privacy.
Yeah, that's important. No matter really how robust the technology is, and you spend a lot of money on technology, a lot of times there are breaches and other unauthorized access that happens because of the employees' lack of training or malicious intent. So that's really important to understand that, because it can leave your organization vulnerable.
So, Gil, where should healthcare organizations start when it comes to HIPAA training for their staff?
Okay, I think the very first step is for the management to understand it's not just a checkbox where you just say, okay, we did it and we're done. It's not a one and done. It's a continuous process of engaging with the employees to keep them informed and to hold them accountable.
Yeah, can you expand on that a little bit? What are some of the best practices for delivering effective HIPAA training?
Some of the key elements of a successful HIPAA training program involve relevance. So make sure the training is relatable to the employees and their role in the organization. Interactivity. Use a mix of different presentations and quizzes. Don't just make it all boring module they just read. Making some of them are quizzes, case studies, mix it up a little bit, and maybe even a hands-on activity to keep the employees engaged. And then reinforcement. Provide regular refresher training and send out reminders about HIPAA policies and procedures. So you kind of have a regular stream of information and training flowing their way. And then finally, accountability. You have to hold them accountable, and this should impact their performance reviews and consider consequences for repeated violations.
Those are great points, Gil. What are some of the common mistakes you see healthcare providers and organizations making when it comes to HIPAA training?
Yeah, unfortunately, there are a few common pitfalls. One of them is just the boredom. The modules go out, they just read a module and check a box. It's pretty boring. So you can't just leave it at that. You have to make it more engaging. The other one is treating HIPAA as just a one time a year, one and done, just a quick checkbox instead of a continuous process. Also failing to keep up with the evolving HIPAA regulations and new threats that come along. So the HIPAA regulations, I don't think, from what I've seen, they don't change that much. So they do change once in a while, but it's mainly the threats, the kind of threats that are evolving. That does change. And then not providing clear guidance on reporting suspected HIPAA breaches. So if your employees suspect a breach, they need to report it. They need to be encouraged to report that. And then finally, lack of senior level buy-in and accountability for HIPAA compliance.
Okay, great. And do you have any examples of healthcare organizations that do HIPAA training well?
Yeah, there are several good examples. One great example is a large hospital system that implemented a comprehensive HIPAA training, role-specific training.
Okay,
so that
on the department.
Exactly, yeah. So it's particular to a kind of role, and then sometimes they gamified the training, so it was interactive, had interactive scenarios. They had quarterly refresher sessions, and then they established a clear reporting procedure and consequences for violations. So everybody knew if there's a violation, here's how it works. And then even up to the CEO had regularly and reinforce the importance of HIPAA compliance. And then the final result of all of that is they were able to significantly reduce the HIPAA incidences, and they built a strong culture of security and privacy.
Gil, in your opinion, what are the keys to sustaining a successful HIPAA training program in healthcare?
I think the executive level commitment's important, and you need somebody that champions that, right? Everybody's busy, everybody's got a lot of work to do, but you need to have an internal champion within the organization that will take this training seriously and say, hey, they're the ones that are going to lead the effort. And you have to have measurements, key metrics and accountability, and then continually adapt the training. And the effectiveness of the training, you want to be measuring that all the time.
Yeah, great insights there. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up? We'll keep it short today.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think one more thing I could add is that the HIPAA training isn't just about imparting knowledge, but it's also about having a culture that's security conscious. And when the healthcare truly understand the importance of HIPAA and feel empowered to be part of the solution, then that's when you start to see a real shift in the organizational culture and compliance.
Yeah, well said. Effective HIPAA training for healthcare staff is crucial, but it requires a holistic, proactive approach that goes beyond just checking a box. And by making it relevant, engaging, and tying it to accountability, organizations can transform their employees into the first line of defense in protecting patient data.
Yeah, exactly. So HIPAA compliance is really a team effort, and the human factor is often the key of success or failure. So it's not just about buying fancy technology. You need the human factor, and then really invest in a comprehensive ongoing training program that will make your HIPAA compliance really resilient.
Thank you as always, Gil, for sharing your insights. For our listeners and viewers, and maybe you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more insights into everything HIPAA and technology. And remember that HIPAA training is not just a requirement, it's an essential part of maintaining a healthy, compliant healthcare organization. Stay tuned for more episodes. And until next time, thanks for